The wait for Silver Surfer and Thanos to team up to fight witches might be over, but the conversation just started.
Bald witches.
Bald witches.
Witches
True.
be crazy.
Witches be crazy. Witches do be crazy. You're right.
Thank you for joining us here for the Parking Lot Takes. That's Brandon. I'm Christian. Who do you like more? We were just talking about this. I'm very curious. I assume off of first glances, you like Brandon, but off of personality, I think it's all on this side of the table, to be honest. Alrighty.
Whoa. Okay. Pump the brakes here. I have personality.
Okay, just by that right there, that little pathetic baby, like,
hey.
No.
I'm just secure enough in my masculinity that I can do that, and it's not like genuine. I'm gonna stop right there. No, don't look at the camera. That's cheating. You can't do that. That doesn't count.
You're right.
We'll cut that.
Doesn't count.
Hey, Jimmy, cut that out. Don't keep that in.
Who's Jimmy?
There's no Jimmy. I know.
Why did you pick the most basic
I'm manifesting
name
it.
ever?
I just want people to think that we
like-
have like a person.
Well, we're both white, so we needed like a non-white name, like Daquan. Have you not seen New Girl, dang it?
I have, but I missed that joke, apparently. Okay.
Daquan.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. That was good. That was a good one, bud. Oh, what a great cold open, huh?
Denied.
Denied.
We're going to be reviewing Weapons. Thanks for saying that.
Yes.
We saw Weapons finally. If you're curious why we're seeing Weapons, it's because Alex called you a little witch.
No, he did not.
And
did not say that. That's not what he said. But he did say you have to go see it. It's your job.
Yes, he did. Thank you.
So I did.
Yeah. So we're going to be reviewing Weapons. We have some new news. We have a fan segment at the end. I think we're going to be trying to do that more often.
Yes.
I'm feeling like we're going to be throwing up polls on Instagram stories for questions throughout the week leading up to the episode to try and get as much questions as we can.
Yes.
And then we'll do them in the episode.
So we want to talk about things you're interested in, not just what we like.
Absolutely. Alrighty. So let's get into the Weapons review. First and foremost, it's looking like I was wrong, and you're definitely not going to be having to have sex in a Spider-Man mask, which I'm very upset about. That's a big bummer for me, because I really was looking forward to putting it on the set somewhere and being like, that's the virginity stealer right there.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I would ever have sex if I was actually wearing the mask.
Why not? That was the challenge.
I'm just saying I don't know if she would.
Okay.
So it more just might be the chastity belt.
Wow. She's not cool, huh?
Whoa. I don't think you want to put that out there.
She's not down to clown.
We should stop talking about my wedding night.
All right.
That's funny. Yeah, unfortunately, you can still buy me the mask. I think it'd be cool.
Well, that's true.
I'd be cool. I'd love a good Spider-Man mask. I need one. We should both get one and just wear it on the podcast. The show, excuse me.
Both
No.
have sex? No. In Spider-Man masks? With our individual wives?
Wow. Let's
With my wife and your wife?
Hold on.
And then come together and put them up?
Wait. Hold up. No.
I don't know what you're saying.
We have sex, you and I.
Oh, God.
On the Patreon, join our free membership and you'll see us
No.
smashing.
No, stop.
What?
No, ma'am. No. I'm telling you no. What the frick are we talking about? All right, we're talking about weapons.
We saw weapons.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We saw it today.
Yes.
In the daylight.
Yep, in the daylight.
Let's talk about weapons.
Real quick. If I buy the mask, will you wear it on your
I'm
wedding
not going to
night?
have sex with you. Okay. Oh, sorry. My bad. I took that a different direction.
If I buy it, will you... Because I have this idea of in your wedding photos, you pulling the mask out of like your suit pocket. and it like means something to people who watch the show.
I got you. There's like one wedding photo where I'm like,
Yep.
the deal was 1 million likes.
Yep.
No,
I
views,
know,
views,
and
views.
it's definitely not going to do that, and it saddens my soul.
Sucks to suck.
I know, so you won't be webbing her up, which sucks.
Why does that suck for you?
Well, I was just like, I loved the idea of that being a running bit.
Oh, I do too.
And it being on the set, it would just
Yes.
be gold. Oh! All right, let's do it.
I mean, like,
hurt.
should I like lower the light? No, I'm not going to lower
No,
the
don't
views.
lower it. We could try again because that video sucked. The video quality sucked.
What if we got access to trial
we're good.
reels like this week,
start
and you just start pumping
every
it
day,
out
10
every
times.
day until we get to freaking million?
Well, it did really good in the first hour. It did like 50 shares in the first
I saw
hour.
that,
So,
yeah.
so I thought I actually did.
Oh,
think-
I was terrified.
I actually did think it was going to take off on Instagram.
was like,
and
oh,
it didn't
shoot.
stop.
And it just
So
plateaued.
I really thought it was going to go somewhere. Unfortunately,
Hey, it's a fun piece of lore for those of us who are here that watch us, you and I, the Discord. Just won't ever happen, but that's
I know. Well, I just didn't want to be the only one who has had sex in a Spider-Man mask. You know, I didn't want to be that just to be me. Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
How many times are we
That's what's up.
You being serious? Let's go. Bro, that's
I'm not
legit.
being
I know, I'm
serious
kidding,
right
but
now.
I know. Dang, I would look so differently at you, like, if you pulled that off, though. I would have such a higher standard for you. I'd be like, this guy's so cool.
Because you're not married, I think you're like, I get it for your wedding night, not wanting to do it. That's the point. But if it was just like some random Tuesday just to say you did it, like, I don't think it's like that big of a deal, personally.
Just some random Tuesday.
Yeah.
Babe, let's just try
All right. Today, as of today, when this comes out,
Yes.
if a Spider-Man mask appears on the set, it has been worn during intimacy.
Okay.
All right.
There's just like 20 masks.
There's 20 masks.
just across.
If you send us a Spider-Man mask,
We will have.
holy cow, that's a promise. We will not send it back. No, we will not. Brandon might.
You won't want it back.
Yeah, Brandon might. Be a lot of cobwebs in there.
Oh, gosh. Whew. That's a fun little piece of lore.
Like Brandon just has mustache hairs all over. I imagine you taking your mask off and your mustache hair is all sticking up from like sweat and like
Like, whoo. It's just curled up. Oh, man.
you know.
Can we talk about weapons finally?
All right, let's talk about weapons. It's a movie. All right. You were convinced to go see Weapons with me by someone very special to us, Alex, because he is the GOAT. And
GOAT.
he basically can tell us whatever we're going to do. We're going to do it. So you went and saw it. What did you think of Weapons, Brandon?
I think I don't see the hype. Why are people saying this movie's like one of the best horror movies we've had in years? I don't know. I'm very confused. That's what I came out of this thinking. I think my butthole was
Say it
so
with some
clenched.
Pep.
I think my butthole was so clenched that entire movie that I really don't know how I feel. But I absolutely do not see the hype in Weapons. I don't get it. I really don't get it. People are saying it's like 8, 9 out of 10, like one of the best horror movies we've had in recent years, like super original idea, all of that. I don't see that. I don't know what movie they watched because I watched a very different movie. That's how I kind of felt about it. I just felt like there was, we can talk a little bit about spoilers, but non-spoilers now. The gimmicky kind of like plot points, like what they were building to, I didn't find as like awe and like wow as I thought it was going to be.
I'm sorry, Drew. Drew Whipple.
Yeah. I just did not find it to be like blow my hair back amazing. And I kind of was expecting that because of what people were saying. But I hated the experience of watching this movie. I regret every moment of it. I just don't.
No,
It's. I don't ever want to watch it again though. I just like. It just furthers like this is why I don't watch these types of movies.
You didn't like any of it. You didn't like. There wasn't 1 second of it where you were like, "Oh, that's good."
No, there is.
Okay,
there is.
All right.
I'll get to those.
Okay.
Let me get there. I'm just saying.
You said you just didn't enjoy the experience at all.
No, I don't enjoy the experience.
Okay, but there are things you liked.
I watched the movie like this the whole time and barely watched. Honestly, I've only seen probably about 30 minutes of this movie.
Yeah. All right. And that was the end of Brandon's opinion matter.
I didn't like the experience just because like I don't like being terrified the whole time. That like I don't know if this like I don't know where this is gonna go. Like this was one of the movies where I didn't know if it was gonna go like paranormal. I didn't know if it was just gonna go thriller. I didn't know. And as it's unfolding, I'm keep expecting it to get kind of crazier. And they kind of dabble in some things, and every time they do, I'm kind of like, oh shoot, this is about to go crazy. Then they kind of don't. It was still not a fun experience, but it wasn't as like it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. I will say that, but I did find it pretty scary. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I don't know how to feel about this movie. These experiences are just not. They're just not.
What would you give it on Letterboxd?
I think I would
unashamed.
I think I would give it a really. I think I would give Weapons a solid 2.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I think there is some good positives and bad negatives, and I think they just kind of equal out. So I think this is a very flat, like average movie to me. I'm trying so hard to separate my experience from it, but it's really hard for me to do. But I didn't think it was great enough and interesting enough that it's like worth the hype of like an 8 out of 10 or like a 4 out of 5 stars personally. That's where I sit. That's just where I fall. That's my honest opinion. I'm sorry if you don't agree. I am very curious what you think though.
About what?
The movie. Hit me.
What movie?
Weapons.
I need that for the clip. All right, sweet.
What do you think about Weapons, Christian?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it. I had a good time. I actually really enjoy it. I think I would give it in Letterboxd on Letterboxd. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I am with you that I think it might be like 5% overhyped. I feel like the ending doesn't. I don't love the ending very much.
Absolutely.
And I don't think. I love lore and I love explanations to things, and they don't tie up. It doesn't like tie up with a bow, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
And I'm not talking about like, oh, it's a happy ending. I'm talking about like, I think I want a little bit more explanations and motives. I want a little bit more of an explanation in how this happens and how this came to be and how this situation happened. And I have more specific thoughts about that when I get to spoilers.
There's a specific point that is actually never explained, but there's a bit, it kind of is like on the crux of the movie. And I found that to be an issue. We'll talk about it. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think it's very good. I don't watch horror movies, and I could see this being the best horror movie just because the quality's really high, the acting's very good. It doesn't overly rely on like there's like no CGI, which is like cool. Like I mean, it's very practically shot. It's expertly made and put together. No one's questioning here. It's a great idea. It's a great concept brought to life. The visual imagery is great. The kids running, like the decision to have the kids run with their arms like that, it will be iconic from here on out going forward. All of that and the acting and Josh Brolin, Julia Garner, and sorry, bro, I only know you as Wong. So Wong.
His name is Benedict Wong.
Nailed it. Okay. All of the acting is great. It wasn't what I thought it was going in, for sure, but I could have used more explanations for motives and more exposition, I would say. And but that's kind of it. Like I thought it was for the people who said like, oh, it's not scary. you're tripping balls. The first half of it is scary.
Terrifying.
It's not terrifying, but
No,
it's scary.
Okay,
Like,
let me put it this way: the suspense, and like intensity,
how they shoot,
it feels terrifying.
how they shoot the scenes of suspense drawn out over so long. Oh my word, dude! When Julia Garner woke up from that dream, and like
I don't know if I saw that part.
that whole sequence where she's like looking down the hallway.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, something freaking's about to happen. But yeah, and then the whole scene with Josh Brolin, I pretty much watched like this, where I was just like, oh my gosh, the whole time just clinched. But yeah,
Very.
how great was the kid Alex, the actor?
Alex was really good.
Really good, well acted.
Yeah,
he did a great job.
Okay.
You want to get into spoilers or?
Yeah, I just want to give at least a couple positives.
Okay.
So I'm with you. I think the acting's really good. Josh Brolin and Julia Garner really stand out, and they do a really good job. I do think that for a lot of the movie, I do really appreciate how it's shot. They spend a lot more time with the shots. Like it's drawn out. It builds that intensity. And I definitely notice, like, when I'm, not hiding behind my hands, I was like, oh, that's a clear style choice, and I like that. And they do some interesting things. I really like, I don't know if this is a spoiler, how it's broken up. Do you think that's a spoiler? Probably not, right?
With the chapters?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I like the
chapters.
perspectives. Yeah, I like the different perspectives. I think it works. I think it works for it in some ways, and it works against it in some ways, because I find I really like certain chapters more than others. So it can kind of work against itself if you're like, oh, this one's not as good. But what I do like is every single one of them had meaning. There was one specifically I was like, where is this going? And then it ends up having a huge meaning, and I'll talk about it in spoilers. But I like that it was broken up into chapters. I could see maybe that's why people are saying it's fresh, it's different, Not that other movies have never done that before, but in this case, like, it feels new and it feels kind of fresh for like a horror movie in recent years. So I see all of that. But I definitely think the third act just did not deliver at all how I thought it was, and that really brings the movie down on top of the terrifying experience that I had. So while I like the acting, I think it's shot really well. I think the concept is interesting, but it's not as interesting as I feel like people are hyping it up to be. I just really don't.
I get the hype. I do.
I don't.
No, I get the hype, but I think it is 5% overhyped.
I'll explain why I don't get the hype a little bit more, and we can talk about spoilers, but I really don't get it.
I think a part of it, like, one of my complaints is things aren't very, like, there are the elements, like, I wish were explained on how certain things happen, how certain people can do certain things. I wish they were explained more, for sure.
Yes.
And I'm curious if that's what people like. If people like the fact that they don't dive into that and do a lore exposition.
The ambiguity of it is what keeps it just mysterious and interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's something specific people like who like that genre. But if someone who doesn't like that drama, I have a very specific suggestion for this movie. We can get into spoilers though.
Yeah.
Do you want to just go do spoilers then?
Yeah, let's do spoilers, because there's a couple things that I feel like I can't avoid spoiler wise to why I didn't like it as much as I feel like I maybe should have. Number one, I think they reveal things too quickly. I think they reveal the aunt being like this creepy witch too early. And I think because they reveal it too early, it loses some of that suspense going into the third act. I was really expecting, once they reveal it, to be like some kind of still slower build to a real punch, and you never really get a good punch. The punch, yes, is like the scene with Benedict Wong and his character and his husband. And yes, that's a good scene, and it's like, that's terrifying. But I almost wish I would have seen that later in the movie, because I think we were building such good suspense and tension that once I got through that, the idea of her being scary and her being like suspenseful kind of went for me. And then I found the third act, while it was like kind of gruesome and like, like jump, makes you jump at times, it wasn't really that interesting anymore. And that's why I feel like the third act kind of fell off for me. And that's a huge thing for me, I feel like. So I feel like it was just too soon. I wanted to see it later.
When did you feel like they revealed it?
I feel like they revealed it in the Benedict Wong scene where she goes to meet him in the house.
Yeah.
That's like that first time. I feel like I wish I would have seen something like that a little bit later, just so that we can keep that suspense of what she is. Does that make any sense?
Sure, but still, that's the scene. That scene doesn't.
The scene works.
No. I'm just saying because of how it's structured, and you see Marcus attack Josh Brolin and Julie Gardner before that scene, like almost completely before that, and then you get the cop's perspective, and then you get Marcus's perspective. I think because it's like that, it doesn't feel as early.
Is it Marcus and then Alex? Is Marcus the second to last chapter? Or is there one in between them? I'm trying to remember. So it's Julia Garner's character, Josh Brolin. Then it's Paul.
It ends with Marcus's perspective.
Charles, Marcus,
because they walk out of the hospital and they say that's Alex's house. Then we get Alex's perspective. I was going to say, I think the dream sequence jump scares, I think, are unnecessary and actively hurt against the movie. I don't think they're needed whatsoever. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Because they reveal the witch early. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It becomes something revealed so fast because the second I saw her, you get a rough outline of what she looks like in Julia Gardner's jump scare, and then you really get to see her in Josh Brolin's dream. So then it's obvious when you see her, oh, that's the bad guy.
Yes.
But you know what? But so it wasn't like a twist for me. It felt like or anything because I'm not seeing that I'm not seeing Aunt Gladys at the kids' parent meeting at school, or it's not like someone ingrained in the community that's like shocking. Oh my gosh, it's kind of revealed from the start. It's like, oh, this person's wearing makeup. Yeah. We see them in the junkie scene. We see her in the junkie scene. Yeah. And whatever. What the heck was my thought after that?
I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I get it. Here's what I'll say.
It's not necessary, and if you take those out, the story kind of stays the same. This is what it was. Also, those dream sequences don't make sense.
No.
Why is she in their dreams? Why is she haunting them?
They don't know she exists. At that point.
No. And it'd be one thing if there was some sort of line of dialogue that she fed off of like the turmoil and the trauma people were experiencing, but there's not. So there's no reason for her to be there other than to get some cheap jump scares out of us.
Yes.
So I think that actively detracted from the movie for me, where I just felt like that makes it so obvious from the get-go. Yeah. And if you take that out, I play more of a guessing game later on, but it doesn't make sense to me why they're having those dreams, because
there's no story reason to why they're having the dreams other than just dealing with the like loss and grief of the children missing.
Yeah.
So there's not a story connected purpose. So every time we went into a dream sequence, I thought, I know we're going to get a jump scare here because it's a horror movie or there's a dream sequence. So because it didn't play into the overall story, as far as the relevancy to it, it did feel like a cheap jump scare. I was just kind of like, that didn't have any meaning. It's just because like it knows it's a horror movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? The one thing I was thinking about, kind of to your point about Aunt Gladys, is, so I've seen a lot of people compare this to Prisoners. And what really works about Prisoners is throughout it, Hugh Jackman's daughter is missing and they're interviewing different people. And one of the main suspects is a boy who lives with his mother, and he's kind of trying to think of how to word it. He's just quirky, unique, kind of isolated. And throughout it, they interview him, they interview the mom, and they're not really like the suspect, but the twist ends up being the mom who you've been in scenes with throughout the entire film. So when you get that twist and you find out that she had kidnapped it, it's a huge aha moment. I wish in Weapons, Aunt Gladys had been a character like that, where we had seen her throughout the film. She was involved in Alex's life. She was a part of it, rather than it being just showing up because it was a lot more obvious that something was off with her. And they've made it very apparent that she's different. This is weird. This is the bad guy. They show her early on in the dream sequence. So it kind of, I think, would have hit harder if we had realized in this twist moment that, oh shoot, Anne is the reason behind this. Like, I think that would have hit a little bit harder. Yeah. And that's what really works in Prisoners. So I kind of wish I had seen something like that. And that's to your point, like you just said. She hasn't been someone who was ingrained in the community this whole time. She shows up out of nowhere and just starts wreaking havoc, essentially. So that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah.
There's one other thing I was thinking about.
I have something. What if you can't think about it? But
go for it. I've got something, but go ahead.
This is a big problem I have, or not. Well, this decision in Weapons doesn't make sense to me from a character standpoint. Explain to me how it is a good idea for Aunt Gladys to continue to send Alex to school after kidnapping 17 kids. The reason she gets caught is because she does that.
Yes, yeah.
And there's no real common sense to it. It's not like there's a plot point where Alex is trying to gather more belongings for her to take control of more people, which is where I thought we were going. I'm like, she's going to freaking take control of this whole town. This is going to be like a WandaVision situation. Yeah. That's crazy. But no, he's just kind of going through life and she's kind of just existing in the house right then and there. Why send him to school? You would make yourself way less of a suspect if Alex disappeared with everyone else. Yes. Now I get it. He could not have to. She's got the puppet strings on him with his parents. So she can get him to go into the woods when they go do the home check. She can get him to go do this. The same thing she did for their freaking detective conversations. Yeah, yeah. She could do that. He had a stroke. Mom is sick. She's catatonic. She gets to control them. Like, you would be not a non-suspect at that point. Yeah. But literally because he goes back to school,
he's the number one kid they're looking at.
Yeah. Not that, but like, that's just the only place they know to go.
Yes,
is him. So he doesn't go to school the next day. He disappears with everybody else. Yeah. No one bats an eye. Mm-hmm. They're victims like everybody else.
Because the whole movie, like Julia Garner's character she is trying to like connect with Alex because he is coming back to school, and they're like, no, don't connect with him. You can't. It's not appropriate with the situation. But she's trying to. So if he was never there, she would have never had that feeling. He would have just been one of the other kids. So they wouldn't have gone searching for Alex and searching for why he's the only one. That is like a huge point in it. Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. That is fair.
It's like why would you send him back? You're way less suspicious if he disappears with the rest of the class.
Yes, yeah. The one thing that I was thinking about with The Witch that I feel like they didn't really explore is...
Sorry, real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Before someone's like... I get it. He needs to keep the people alive.
Yes, yeah.
So she can continue to feed off of them. That makes sense. I'm not saying he doesn't need to go under control. I'm just saying she could have just kept him from going to school and staged it like he disappeared like everybody else, and no one ever would have been the wiser.
Yes, yeah. So you bring up one of the things I was thinking about. I might have missed it, so feel free to explain this to me if I did. But they don't ever really explain how or why she's feeding off of these people to get healthy again, because she's like sick. Do they ever really like explain that? Or am I missing something?
What?
So she says, with the mom and dad, remember she says, I'm sick. I thought your mom and dad were going to make me better. Right. Maybe if you bring the kids, your friends from your classmate, they will make me better.
Yeah.
They never explore beyond that. Like, I don't know what that means per se. Like,
I think she's just draining
she's siphoning it.
Yeah.
But we never get dialogue or even a scene where it kind of alludes to that. And I just thought that was an interesting choice.
I don't think you need it because to me, with you're going to need to feed them, to me makes sense. Okay, they need to be alive so she can siphon from them. They remain under her control, under her spell. She siphons their life force. And she can stay. And so they need to continue to live. I mean, obviously, because they're alive. The easiest thing to do would have put them under control and kill them.
And just kill them, yeah.
But she obviously has to keep them alive.
Yes. I just felt like there is that line of dialogue. I get it. I didn't miss that. But I just felt like the kids being in the basement, like it didn't feel like as as important as I thought it should have. Like, I guess I was kind of expecting a scene where, like, you saw her get younger, you saw her get healthier, or like she's physically siphoning something from the kids, or there's something to show us, like, why she's doing it. There's just the dialogue, and then she does look a little different in the third act. Don't get me wrong, I get that. Like, her hair's grown out and stuff like that. But I just expected that to be more explored, and it's more just a line of dialogue, and then we get the third act, and the kids are there. That's just it. So I just felt like it wasn't enough for me to really like get the idea and think it was good enough, I guess.
I got you.
Uh-huh.
I got you. I'm about to cook, I think.
Let him cook.
I'm about to cook.
All right. Cook me up something good, Christian.
Weapons, we get the perspective of the teacher, the father, the teacher, the father, the police officer, the principal and the student, right? Those are the perspective. Yeah. We are missing one perspective. We are missing Gladys's perspective.
Yes! I knew you were going
there
there with
should have been one more perspective here. We should have gotten a Gladys origin. Or we should have gotten a Gladys's perspective on this. I was really thinking about this
terrifying.
Because I feel like there's not a big explanation as to why and how. And I think we're missing on some awesome character development and character layering we could do early on with some dialogue between Alex and his mom. Like when Alex overhears that conversation with his parents, when his mom's like, well, my mom would have done this for her. Could you imagine if there was a line, had my mom not had a stroke, she would have done this for her. Meaning Aunt Gladys did this to her mom.
Yes, yeah.
And to create this whole this whole line of create this more of this allure and more rich backstory for her. And no, I don't need to see her grow up. I'm just saying just some extra lines, some extra perspective. What she doing in the house when Alex isn't there at school would be interesting. Mm-hmm. All of that. What she's trying to do. She's like, Alex, pack your things. We're leaving. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Well, no, why? Because the police officers are there. Yes, I get that. But where are you going to go? You're going to take all these people with you? Mm-hmm. What are you panicked about? We don't see her panic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's assumed it's because of the officer and stuff, but
they could have done some really interesting things with that. Yeah. Like, what if, and there's some ambiguity here, so maybe you could take this kind of point, but like, what if we got Gladys's perspective, and right before she comes to this town, you see her in a house, and you see like somebody laying on the floor, and it's an old lady, and you find out that Aunt Gladys is not actually Aunt Gladys, because they say in the film, we haven't seen her in 15 years. So it may not even be Aunt Gladys, but she just finds Aunt Gladys, kills her, assumes her identity, and shows up to like prey on this family and prey on like this town and people. Like something like that would be interesting too to see, just to add something more to her character that's just like the aha moment of like a twist or something more, because you do just get kind of the one twist with her, and it's interesting, but add a little something else in there, and I think this becomes an even better movie. I would say. That's a good point.
As far as like, I'm a lore guy, so I want to know what the frick that tree is, and what is that? Where does that come from? Yeah. How did she find this? What is she sick with? How did she find this solution? All of these things I would things I like to know. I would assume so.
I'm assuming so.
All these things I would like to know.
Yeah, and it just feels like it's just a little undercooked.
I don't know if I would say that.
It may be for a purpose, and I respect the choice if they're saying, I want it to be some mystery, I want it to leave it to some interpretation for the audience. I really like when movies do that. But in this type of movie, where it's really built on, I'm going to build tension to a reveal or a moment or something big to really get the audience, you need a little bit more. If you're going to pull your punch, then you really got to expound on the lore, make it interesting, make it really unique. If you're not going to have that huge punch aha like twist. So I felt like it just needed a little bit more. Again, it might be his choice, and that's fine. I just would like to see more, I guess.
Yeah, I think
And maybe that's me. I mean, it could be.
I would like more lore and explanation, but obviously not everyone's going to feel that way, and someone's going to be like, "What do you want the movie to be 5 hours?" Okay, shut up. But I think if you add
It's a
Gladys's,
crisp too. Give me an extra 15.
I think if you add Gladys's perspective, I could get answers on all of those things.
Yeah.
I love the tension, how it's built throughout the scenes. Oh my gosh, when that door opens and the mom walks out with the scissors, that was great. Holy cow, that was expertly done. Expertly done. That's what makes me mad about the jump scares, dude. Because all of it's so unique and so well thought out without just being a stupid jump scare. And I feel like the jump scares just kind of like bring the whole thing down just for a cheap little ha, you know? But that scene of her walking, I could have used more stuff like that.
Oh,
just prolong. Exactly.
Oh my gosh, when she gets in the back of the freaking car.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh
So
my gosh,
good.
I was
So
pissing
eerie.
myself. Oh, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. I was watching that like this. Oh, it's
good.
Just, it's skin crawling. It's how she walks out. Like she looks like one of the Titans from Attack on Titan when she runs out of the house. Oh, it's so. Ugh. Benedict Wong looks terrifying too. Like the way they he's got the eyes really wide and he's got like his like teeth are yellow. Like it's. Ugh.
Alrighty. That's weapons.
I don't ever want to watch that again. I won't ever watch that again. I really won't. I will say, once we got past the witch reveal, it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be. I mean, there's definitely some
that was
terrifying
something I wanted to
moments.
say. Dude, the witch, Anne Gladys was super disarming.
Yeah,
She was not. I mean, she never felt scary. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I thought they were going to get to a point to where she was.
Never.
So here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought there was going to be an issue with her siphoning life force. And by the end of it, she was going to look more decrepit, look more old, and kind of just go crazy on him. And that would be really scary, the kind of monster scare of the movie. But she never does. And so she's really not all that scary. It is more just the jump scares or, the look of the crazed people. And that's not even that scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it's not it's not meant to be, this movie's not meant to be the scary ghost, the scary paranormal, the scary monster. It almost does feel more like a serial killer thriller. But there's just kind of that witch element to it,
Yeah.
So it's not as
I said this for Long Legs. I could have used something a bit more complicated. Mm-hmm. Other than it being voodoo, That's just me though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I see the craftsmanship.
Maybe
I
I'm asking too much. Obviously, I liked it. I thought it was good. And I think it's shot very well and done very well. But I agree with you that best horror movie ever. I don't watch horror movies, but to me, okay, we're talking about Sinners at this point.
Yeah, so
and if you don't want to count Sinners, you don't want to count Sinners. But I tell you, Long Legs had me feeling nauseous at the end.
Yeah.
Long Legs got me bad.
This one just had me really uncomfortable.
Never got
That's
me
all.
bad.
Yeah.
But Long Legs, I would put Long Legs over Weapons personally. And I haven't seen his other movie, Barbarian, partially because I have seen the monster in that, and I just don't need that in my life because it's horrible. Have you seen the picture of that? The Barbarian monster?
Yeah.
The mother?
It's like the pregnant mom. Isn't she in a cage and something like that?
I don't know.
Or not in a cage, but she's in the dungeon thing.
Something.
Yeah, it's awful. There's no shot I ever watched that movie. Yeah.
Oh, Long Legs had me hating the director, wishing he would get screened at airports forever, and wondering why anyone would let someone with that amount of trauma make art ever. Ever. No.
Yeah. This one wasn't that. This one more so was the director took a lot of inspiration, I think, from thrillers with some horror elements to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this felt like. I mean, they built the tension and the jump scares got me. I mean, I was terrified at times.
I liked the only two jump scares are the stupid dream sequence ones.
No, there's There's more. There's the dream sequence ones when the boy opens the door and she's staring at him.
That's not a jump scare.
Well, it is though. You know what I mean? Like it's meant to be that. I mean, it as soon as he sees it, it cuts. Like it's meant to be like a. What is the other one? There's another one that I was thinking of. I think it was was it one of the ones with like Charlie or something? There's a couple moments like at the end. It's not necessarily jump scare, but it's more just like a camera pans and the crazed person's like right there. It's not like you're going for like a slow, tense moment jump scare. Is that, you know what I mean? It's more just like in the heat of things. It's just like a scary like image. But yeah, it's never really like none of the jump scares are ever really like terrifying. Like it's a jump scare, so you're scared, but it's never like have you ever seen like what the nun looks like? Nothing like that. Nothing like from The Conjuring or anything like that. I haven't seen those movies, but I know what they look like. And there's nothing in here that genuinely would give me like nightmares. So, but I don't know if that was necessarily the purpose of the movie. But look, I know my 2.5 out of 5. My experiences are probably baked into that because I just don't want to have fun with these movies. I don't want to watch this again.
You hate fun.
No, this is not fun. Did you have fun?
I actually enjoyed it. Like, I had a good time, and I actually enjoyed watching it, and I was able to. I could really appreciate the very suspensefully built scenes and sequences. I actually really enjoyed that. But the dumb jump scares, like that stuff I don't care about, and I don't really like, because that to me just feels a little cheap. And it really isn't needed in this because of how freaky the first hour, 2 hour or hour 30 is. Yeah. I mean, you don't need it. And I think it actively works against the plot because they shouldn't be dreaming about her. Yes. And there's no plot point where she's feeding off of the trauma of everyone else. Yes. So it doesn't make sense for them to have an image or a glimpse of her. Like I said, more interesting if she was involved in the town and she was a prominent member of their community and she just always gave someone an icky vibe. Well, then they might want to blame her or think she has something to do with it. I don't know. But from the get-go, it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then you see her and you're like, oh, well, that's her. Yeah. That's the evil woman. She's the new person. And I get it. That's what you want to do. I just can't help but think if you haven't hinted at it at all, and you get the very subtle little nods here and there, and then you see her in the woods, and then you see her in the office. Like, to me, probably would work the same, if not a little bit better, because then there's not that plot hole, but someone's gonna be like, oh, you don't think it's obvious that she's feeding on other people? I don't know, whatever. I don't know. They don't explain that. I shouldn't have to assume that this assumingly happens. So I don't know. Alrighty.
That's
weapons. I got a question for you. Alrighty. Okay. If you were a character in the movie Weapons, what fictional weapon would you want to have with you?
Ooh. What fictional weapon would I want to have? Give me... I don't know. Give me Glock 19. I'm just kidding.
Brandon.
That's not a fictional weapon, I guess.
Not at all.
All I'm just thinking of is I just need something to shoot Gladys. That's all I need.
Fair.
Give me a reliable Glock 19, dude. I get the job done.
Fair.
Yeah. But if I want a cool fictional weapon, like... I mean, you know what?
I don't think you would feel necessarily safe in the movie if you had that. What's a fictional weapon where you would genuinely feel safer? I have a great one.
Yeah.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke. This right here has already been proven the test of time.
Dude, are you going to say lightsaber every time we talk about a fictional weapon?
This is the Youngling Slayer 3000 right here, baby. This sucker has a track record
Holy
of dealing
crap.
with the kiddos. Okay? This is a time-tested weapon against children.
Oh, man.
It's right here.
I can't argue with it. It's seen its fair
This right
share
here.
of children.
Oh, yeah. This has slayed many a Force-sensitive youngling. So, I just gotta deal with Naruto running little buttheads. Oh, this right here is gonna make me feel better. Now you just better hope Gladys doesn't get me, because then I have this.
Yeah, that would be bad. Or would it? I don't know what your fighting skills
Could
would
you
be
imagine
like.
me running like with a lightsaber?
Don't clip us doing that.
Do you have an answer other than that?
I don't know. I'm just going guns. I'm like, give me Master Chief's assault rifle, or give me like a flaming sword and just kids as are running at me. I don't like that I said that. Anyway. I don't have a great like kid answer.
Don't
Oh, I
move
just
my
bumped that.
camera. It's fine. It's fine. Don't touch it. All right.
We're good.
All right. It'll just be me in the clip then.
You know what? That's fine. That's a great answer. I don't have a great answer. I can't top that. That's a good one. Wow. Great pull, Christian.
You're welcome.
Do we have any new news?
We do have some new
Some
news.
stuff? I got a couple things I was thinking about, but I think yours are more.
This isn't new news, but it is a reminder that The Last Ronin movie film is still in development and rated R. Let's go! Let's freaking go! Freaking turtles, baby!
in development.
It's still in development.
It's in development.
And we're gonna get it. They haven't
maybe.
bailed on it yet, and I'm trying to build the hype.
We're gonna single-handedly get the
deserves
studio
it.
to make The Last Ronin.
Honestly, we need a good Turtles movie.
Is this still speculation, or have they greenlit it?
Well, sorry, we have good Turtles movies. Other
We
than
have-
Mutant Mayhem. Mutant Mayhem sucks. You haven't seen
I haven't
it,
seen it, so I don't know.
but I hate that movie.
A lot of people like that.
Yeah,
movie.
and it bugs the freaking crap out of me because they're not the Turtles. Like,
Aren't they just like younger versions though? Or am I wrong in thinking that?
yeah, they're younger versions, but they don't have the Turtles' personalities. They're all the same personality. Like they all
They're all
are
like Michelangelo?
They're all the same. You cannot tell by the dialogue which turtle is talking.
Oh, okay.
They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't need to see them prepubescent learning how to fight from freaking movies. Mm-hmm. It's dumb. I don't like it. And I don't like to see Master Splinter making out with a fly.
What?
Makes me angry.
He makes out with a fly in
Yes.
that movie? A fly?
Why are the Turtles movies afraid to stick with the origin story? Also, because the origin story is so interesting, and they always freaking change it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't understand why they're so scared of it. It's a great origin.
I guess maybe distinguish themselves from the other versions.
What other versions? The first TMNT is fantastic. First live action TMNT movie is great.
Oh, it's awesome. Those are guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
With all of the
You may
original
have
ones.
sucks. I don't like it. They're not
That's
the Turtles. They're not. They're just skinned. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't really think it's funny. And I don't think they're good representations of each individual character's
Turtle, yeah.
And like I said, I feel like they all just feel like the same
Yeah.
personality. They all have the same personality.
It's so interesting because they all have such a unique, distinguishable personality. And
Yeah, I mean,
that's what makes them great.
They live in the sewer. Why do they all have cell phones? Why not just Donnie have a cell phone?
Government assistance.
Why would Leo be pawning after April? Why not Mikey pawn after April?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they did that, but it's just like that's who Michelangelo is as a character. Like that's what he would do.
Yeah.
Why is Leo doing that? Well, it should be Michelangelo doing that. And they did that in the Michael Bay ones, I know.
Yeah.
But it's such a Mikey characteristic, and they just make all of them feel like it's the same, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I hope that movie doesn't get a sequel. Talking about fan questions. Mutant Mayhem shouldn't get a sequel. No.
Should not get a sequel.
Or they need to reboot it and hopefully fix it. You know how that movie ends? It ends with him going to high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're going to get another one.
No.
They're going to make another one.
Please fix this.
Make
the Last
it happen.
Ronin fix Mutant Mayhem.
Is it animated or live action?
I think it's animated.
The
Not
one in
sure.
development,
Yeah.
potentially. The potential rumored development of The Last Ronin.
Yeah.
Still rumored.
Do you have any new news or you want to do with the fan questions?
Nothing that interesting. I watched the One Piece season 2 trailer. You haven't seen it.
Who
Looks fun. One Piece
cares?
season 2.
I'm just kidding.
I hate you.
I like
You're
One
the
Piece.
worst. You're the worst. It looks really fun.
Cool.
It looks like it's going to adapt some cool moments. That's all I have to
Cool.
say. I'm just excited for it.
Cool.
I like season 1, and it's going to be fun.
I like season 1 a lot too.
It's
Season 1 made me want to watch the anime. All right, fan segment, baby. We have 5 fun questions to answer here. We're going to start off here.
Uh-huh.
Luca, hey buddy,
Luca
asks, when are you guys going to kiss?
I'm pregnant.
And I think that you're late to that. And I get it. I don't really feel like doing it right now. I'm going to be honest.
Christian.
I don't.
Christian.
Okay.
I'm pregnant.
I know. I get it. I just don't feel like doing it.
Christian.
Brandon?
I'm pregort.
No means no.
I'm pregnant.
No means no. No means no.
Pregnant.
Stop. You know I can't resist
You know you want me.
His second question is, he submitted
This is
to,
a more serious question.
if you could give any movie a sequel, what would it be? And I already answered what movie I wouldn't give a sequel.
Do you have one that you would give a sequel to?
I do. Tenet.
Explain more.
I think
Why do we need
Tenet-
Tenet sequel?
We don't need it. I just want it. There's so much to do with that idea.
Tenet's what you went with.
Yeah, I was thinking about, it would be cool if Nolan went back to a project and decided to do a sequel, and I don't think he should do Interstellar. I don't think he should do Inception. And I thought, you know what? Tenet was kind of controversial. Not everyone loved Tenet. I loved it a lot. Go back to Tenet. Do another installment. Build out the mechanics. Make it easier to understand for the people who didn't understand it, because that's why you didn't like it, because you didn't understand it. I'm sorry. I had to.
Oh my gosh. Wow. You
I
really
think
just
Tenet.
did that.
I think Tenet could be cool. I think there's a lot to do with, honestly, Pattinson and it's not Denzel Washington, but it's his son. Pattinson and Washington's
John
dynamic.
David Washington.
It's what?
John David Washington.
John David.
Yeah.
Pattinson and John David's dynamic in that is great.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that maybe a little bit more, but I think it's just the idea of itself sets it up. There's more mission sets. There's him, like, what is his, how far does that go? Like, how far back in time does he go? What are they dealing with? I think there's a lot to build more to do in that world than there is maybe than something like Inception, where you would kind of feel like it might be a rehash.
Yes.
But I think Tenet, if a sequel of Tenet, could feel fresh. Because there's just so much out there perspective wise to tackle. I mean, there's the future side of it where who was funding the Russian guy. Like there were people in the future sending stuff back to him, and he was working with somebody, and this guy's working with somebody, and there's so many aspects of that movie that play into the story that we never even get to see. So I think there's way more to do if you wanted to, but that's just where my mind went.
I think out of Nolan films, I would probably say Inception is the easiest to do a sequel for, though.
But I think it would be the cheapest, because you would either undo DiCaprio's.
Well, no, I would take the dream sequence idea, do it in a sequel. You could do it a different cast. You could do a different, the technology is found, like you can connect it to Mr. Cobb, but there's a new team trying to incept an idea. And it's easy to do a sequel because you have all the creative liberty to craft the dream sequences. That's why I think it would be easiest to do a sequel for that.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
But my point, I think Inception, but Inception feels more complete than Tenet.
Yes, no, I know.
If there's a movie that's a chapter one, it's Tenet.
Yes, I just think the film idea Inception would be easy to do sequels with.
That's what
because you can play around.
Sure,
in the dream.
But not easiest. That's what you want to see as a sequel.
No, that's not my pick. I'm just in the conversation with Nolan. I'm just saying I think that's an interesting thing you brought up. I just think out of his, if I were going to pick a Nolan film, I think I would want to see an Inception sequel. I would love to see them play around with the dream idea more. I just think it's cool. The different layers.
I mean, I think you could also do Interstellar.
Oh, I don't want to see an Interstellar.
Me neither, but in that same argument you just made, you could do Interstellar.
But I think the idea of Interstellar, like, what is I'm saying the Inception.
Him getting to Anne Hathaway's character.
Yes. I don't know if the journey itself would carry enough for a movie.
Know?
You're right. I mean, I'm just assuming. I'm just saying I think the Inception idea is easily repeatable and doing something fresh. Whereas, obviously, any of these movies you could write a sequel for. I mean, I know that. I just think Inception would be a fun way to explore with that same idea again.
You're using words like repeatable and fresh, and that's like what's triggering me, because that's I think why he hasn't done a sequel of any of his movies before other than the Dark Knight trilogy. And I think Tenet is the most outside of that conversation, because you could do it in a completely different way that's just not repeatable whatsoever. I think. And there's more to do with that idea, whereas I mean there's more to do in the dream sequences, sure. But I feel like we just scratched the surface of that concept.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And so inversion concept that he's come up with, like I think it's really neat. But yeah,
I'm gonna take one from your book.
Okay,
give me The Gentleman sequel.
I was gonna say that, but you have the show.
So I know you have the show as kind of a cheat, but I would love to see a sequel to the film, because the show is all different characters. I would love to see them take at least some of the characters from the film forward, because Guy Ritchie does a good job of like, genuinely he does like world building with these characters in this and the show. And I really am interested in the world, so I do want to see more of these characters, like bring Colin Farrell. You know
I think
you're
getting more of them in season 2. That's my theory. I think Matthew McConaughey's going to be in season 2.
You think so? I don't think so.
Or at least Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam, I could see.
I think we're going to hear the name Mickey Pearson in season 2.
Wow.
Because of
I'd eat that up.
Those characters are playing at a higher level now.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to hear about it.
Some
sort of mention, some sort of, I mean, all you have to do is, he sold it to this person. Okay, now it is a sequel to The Gentleman. So
that
was my immediate thought, but since we have the show, I'm not willing to say it. And I think the show's pretty great.
Show is good. That would be a really good way to explain why season 1 doesn't deal with any of those characters. Is like, you weren't at that level yet. Yeah. You're not even in this same like playing field, but now you are here. That's cool. I like that. That's a good idea. All right.
Trevor asks, we agree with this statement? Just because a movie is iconic doesn't make it good. Yeah or nay? 3, 2, 1. Yay. I agree.
We had this conversation recently.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, great take. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you.
Iconic. I don't think it's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Tim Burton's Batman.
Ooh,
iconic.
I don't agree.
But it's not as good. It's not, the quality isn't as match its icon, how iconic it is. Let's Get Nuts transcends that movie beyond anything else into that movie.
That's so tricky. I don't know, because I think I do look at that with a lot of nostalgia.
That would support this.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm having a hard time separating that, because when I look at that, I'm like, yeah, but like Jack Nicholson's Joker, and it's Michael Keaton, like at his best is bad. Like it's
but
like odd all those moments.
Michael Keaton's a terrible Bruce Wayne, and he's a terrible Batman. Sorry, but it's iconic because it's.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the first,
it's one of the first. I mean, it's iconic. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say it's not. Oh my gosh, if it's your favorite, I totally understand why. It's not the best.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's. Oh, this is a perfect adaptation of. Now, Gotham's a good adaptation of Gotham.
Yes.
I like the world of
It is
Gotham.
a very good, yeah.
I like
it feels
that.
gothic,
But
it feels dark, it feels
yeah.
grimy.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a really good.
In this conversation as well, the prequels. Iconic, not all good.
Not all good, yeah. One that I have heard a lot of people talking about recently. I don't know if I have this opinion, but a lot of people, we were kind of talking about this in the Discord, The Godfather. A lot of people say it's iconic, but they don't think it's like one of the greatest films of all time. Most people think it's still a good movie. Some people don't. But a lot of people I've heard coming around on saying The Godfather is a classic, but it's not like a great movie. I don't understand why it's the greatest of all time. I really like it.
Yeah,
But I think it's interesting.
I was
it's
thinking
interesting for people to say that because most people or a lot of people throughout history have been like, this is like the greatest film ever made.
No. I'm not willing to say that. Sure. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that. Godfather 2. I think it's more iconic than it is good,
That's a great one. Yeah.
but it's not a far margin.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think the legend of it, or the what do you want to call it?
the film,
The word
ethos
of mouth
yeah.
is bigger than I think how good the movie is. I think it's kind of boring, but that's just me. And one of I can't we say things on this, and then I go back and edit, and I'm like, I cannot believe I did not take an issue with that. Cody, when he was there, if if the Spider-Verse, when Cody was here, he said the Spider-Verse trilogy, if it sticks the landing on its third film, he would put it up there with the Godfather trilogy. When I was editing that, I'm like,
They're on different playing fields.
the Godfather trilogy. What are you talking about? Godfather 3 sucks. What do you mean? And I didn't find Godfather 2 all that like jaw dropping. I liked the first one a lot though, but I didn't think 2 was like this. I mean, I'm sorry, Film Bruce.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of I can't say that.
Say it.
I can't say
Say
that.
it,
I'll get
No, I don't freaking
I'll
care.
get lambasted
I don't
online,
freaking
dude.
care. Say it.
A lot of people, I think, look highly at The Godfather because it's like classic. It's 70s, like at the height of like film was booming, and it's like the film bro thing to say. Does that make sense? Like to say that The Godfather is one of the greatest films of all time, it's like you get points for it.
I think people really like the De Niro scenes in Godfather 2.
True.
More so than the Al
Then
Pacino,
the overall,
Al Pacino stuff.
yeah. That's a fun question.
In this conversation of iconic, I've got one that I think perfectly well, A New Hope is an example of how iconic it is and how great it is. Oh my gosh. I would say any of the Lord of the Rings movies, but something
Indiana
I think
Jones.
that is iconic and the quality absolutely meets how iconic it is. Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not striking enough a nerve with you with that, but I think about that, and I think you really can't oversell this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I would put Pulp
I
Fiction
don't
in
have
that.
like a crazy affinity.
Oh wow!
I really like Inglourious Bastards. Do not get me
Yeah.
wrong. I really like it. But it's just never been one. A lot of Tarantino's films for me have just never been like ones that I'm going back to a lot. So I don't have like a huge affinity for his movies. So like I get it. I think that's a great pull, but it doesn't resonate with me just because like I'm not the biggest Quentin Tarantino fan. Like if I'm naming off my favorite directors of all time, like top 5, I don't think he makes my top 5. I do really like some of his movies though. But that's just kind of my opinion.
Tombstone is another one. So iconic.
I still have not seen it.
Oh man, I'll be your Huckleberry. It's one of the greatest lines in
to watch that.
cinema history.
I need to watch it.
Finn, our boy, asks, what is a movie you would like to see in Spider-Verse animation style in the DCU or Elseworlds? Oh boy, I have a pick, and I'm really upset about it, and I would just like to say
There's an easy answer.
Batman Beyond. Frick off, DC. What the heck, dude? I'm curious if anyone else ever has this experience. Is anyone else just having like the greatest day of their life and it's like everything's peachy, you just had the greatest meal and work's going great, life at home's really great, and then you accidentally see some of the concept art for Batman Beyond and you go into such a dark place that not even Gary, Superman's robot, can reach you with the highest concentration of yellow sun. I mean, oh my word, it's so upsetting. Holy crap, how did we not get that?
It looks really
How did they say no?
I have no idea. It looks
What a get out of your way, DC.
that project would have print them money.
Oh my gosh.
They would have made so much off of that. Why did we not do that?
I was talking to
Why do we not do it now after the success of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Absolutely. I was talking about
Double down. Why not?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh, and I think you could make it a continuation of the animated show.
Absolutely.
Keep it in the DCAU, and you could start it with Bruce Wayne's death.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would have been so good. That would have been good. I'm trying to think of something other than Batman Beyond that would be interesting. Batman Beyond's an easy pick because it's like that futuristic vibe.
I almost, just because of the art style, really would like it to be in Gotham. But honestly, you could...
I know one.
I was going to say Red Hood. I think could be cooked. I think Nightwing could be cool. I think The Flash could be cool.
I think Teen Titans.
That was my.
Give me Teen Titans in an Into the Spider-Verse style animation, and I think that's going to be a banger.
I would think so. I don't think they will, because we're going to get a Robin, and I think you're going to need those live action characters.
But I think they could because they're doing Creature Commandos.
Sure.
So if they found a way to do it and say like this is still canon, and if they have multiple Robins and one Robin's on the Teen Titans and one Robin's with Batman, they could do that. I think it could work.
I kind of want to see them in live action more so than I care to see them in the Spider-Verse animation style.
Oh, I do too. But I think it would be really cool to see that team and their powers, like Starfire's powers, to see Cyborg in that animation. Like that would be really, really fun. It would look really cool. Colors would pop. They could do crazy stuff with the action because each of them have their own very like unique style and abilities. Like it would look really cool. Colors, Starfire, Raven, like it would definitely translate really well to that animation. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Batman Beyond's my number one, just because of the concept art.
I think it would be mine too.
I think I know they're doing a lantern show, but a cosmic lantern show in that art style would be or movie.
There's been some good lantern shows or animated projects. There was a lantern show too, so it can work. We've already proven it. Teen Titans, I'm happy about that. That would be sick. I would love to see that. Anyway, next one.
All right. Oliver asks, what are y'all's bottom 5 movies of all time? I can go first. I made a list this week.
Okay.
So these are movies that
I'm listening.
These are movies that I genuinely regret watching. One sec. And I have exactly 5 in this list, which is funny too. Movies that I cannot stand in my bottom 5 movies of all time. Number 1, Coraline. I hate Coraline so much. Oh my gosh. I despise this movie. People love it so much and I cannot stand it, partially because it absolutely ruined my childhood and I've never been able to watch stop motion since, unless it's in Lego form. So thanks for that. Number 2, I have Fan 4-Stick, one of the first movies I've ever watched, and genuinely thought to myself, wow, movies can be bad, and I wish I had saved money and not gone, or time. I don't remember if I was flush with money at the time. Number 3, I have The Last Airbender. Man, this movie sucks butt. Holy cow, it sucks Momo lemur balls. Holy cow, it sucks Appa balls. Wow. Holy cow, I don't like it at all. Number 4, I want you to pay attention to me. I want you to look me in the eyes for number 4. Number 4, a movie I do not like and despise and cannot stand and wish had never been made, The Joker.
That hurts me.
Well, why don't you get upset or something? I don't know. I knew it was going to bother you. And I feel like I have an ironclad...
I'm not going to get... That just hurts.
Why does it hurt?
Because I get the arguments of like, it's not Joker, but it's a great movie.
That's okay. That's fine. But
it's not worth being in your bottom 5 films of all time.
Yes, it is. You want to hear why? You want to hear
think
why?
it's a good movie? Do you think it's a good movie?
You want to hear why?
Hold on. No, this is matters.
No, I don't. I don't like it. I watched it. I didn't like it, and I told myself I'd never watch that movie ever again. You know why?
That's crazy.
Because
you're crazy. You're crazy.
No. Here's why it sucks.
Compositionally, it's a good movie.
The dumbest thing you could do in this movie, the dumbest thing ever, is make me feel bad for the Joker. That is a fundamental misunderstanding of that character at all. You just wanted to make your mental health movie, and you wanted people to go see it.
So you just didn't
That's
like the
my problem with it. I should not have
didn't
to
like
feel,
the concept.
No, the concept's stupid. I am pissed off that we got a solo Joker movie and it's not a faithful adaptation.
This guy.
That's so annoying. And part of the hate is when everyone watched it, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this needs to be the Joker that fights Pattinson's Batman. Will you shut the frick up?
No, I don't agree with that.
This Joker sucks butt. Oh my gosh, he's terrible. This guy's the most... this isn't the Joker. This isn't, if this wasn't Arthur Fleck or if this wasn't the Joker, the movie doesn't change at all. If he just walks onto stage and pops the radio show, like nothing changes.
That doesn't mean it's not a good movie, though.
I didn't say it's not a good movie.
You did say, you said I don't like it. It's not a good movie. You said that.
No, because it's character assassination on the Joker. I don't like it.
But you think it's a good movie.
That's why I don't think it's a good movie. But I don't enjoy it.
Do you think it's a good movie or do you not think it's a good movie?
I think it's very competently made.
Okay, because I said you think it's a good movie. You said no, I don't. But then earlier you said you do think it's a good movie.
I enjoy it. No, I don't. I don't like it. But sure, I get it. It's competently made and it's got good story. That's what I mean when I say take the Joker element out of it, and the movie's the same and it stands on its own. But because the Joker's in it, I don't understand why. It just feels like I wanted to make my movie and I attached this name to it so people would go see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It makes me so angry. Sure. It makes me mad. I don't like it.
Like, even if you don't like the concept, like,
why? But like,
how is that in your bottom 5?
Because we're never gonna get a solo Joker movie for years now, and
why do we even need one?
Great point.
Like, I mean, it's fine in this regard because it is different, and it is like.
The Joker doesn't need an origin. It's not a take. It's not a take on the Joker.
It's clearly a take on the Joker.
I'm sorry, but
Joker.
It's not trying to elevate the character of Joker. It's not to pay homage to the character of Joker. I'm just creating the dumbest thing ever. I do not want to feel bad for the Joker. I don't want to. That's not who that character is. We love to hate the Joker. You cannot love to hate someone you feel bad for and is made by his own circumstances. Or, sorry, not made by his own, but is created by circumstances that he has no control over. I can't love to hate that guy. You just can't. If you feel bad for him. And I just don't, that's dumb to me. I don't like it. If you want to make a Joker movie, which I get it, you have Heath Ledger's Joker, and you might want to do something drastically different. I don't know. I don't know like if you can make a Joker
movie if you're going to get the Batman Joker.
I do. If he kills Robin.
So we're going to... I don't think that like...
Not in this movie. I'm just saying like...
No, I know. I'm saying like, I don't see how we follow the Joker through an entire movie. Like, I don't think that works on its own in the traditional Batman Joker. Even if it's like him killing Robin.
And we don't need this movie.
I think it's completely fine that it exists. I don't think we necessarily needed it, but I think it's a good movie and it's fine that it exists because it's different enough and the story is interesting enough. The slow descent of Arthur into madness, into becoming this kind of like Joker-esque character, I think works. I think it's fun. Not fun. It's not fun. It's it's fun to see something different is where I wanted to go with that. To see something that's not the traditional Joker, but you're seeing kind of that slow descent into this madness, and for him to become this icon that is the Joker. It's a different take on it, and I'm fine with it.
But he's not.
But he's becoming the Joker.
He's not
character.
the Joker. He's not the Joker. At the end of the second movie, he was
not
never
Batman's
the Joker.
Joker. No, you're right. But he's becoming the Joker. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in the context of this movie, he is becoming the
Clearly,
Joker.
by the second one, he didn't even want it to be attached to the DC universe at all.
No, if I haven't watched the second one. So,
first time I've watched a movie, I said I will not be seeing the second one. It's a great mental health movie. I get it. The Joker doesn't need to feel like that. Pick another character. There are plenty of Batman villains to do that with. You needed a name to get people to watch it, and they picked the Joker. Oh, don't get me wrong. As a marketing technique, it's great, and it makes a lot of money, and I get it. It made a lot of money because of the Joker name, though. I think the movie kind of works the same. If that's the Mad Hatter, if that's...
But that wouldn't be the character.
Of what?
The Mad Hatter.
Well, I can feel bad for the Mad Hatter. I can feel bad for these other Batman. I can feel bad for the allure of the Joker is that he's choosing this. Mm-hmm. There are plenty of Batman characters that are made by their circumstances in life.
True. Like Freeze. Freeze is a good one.
And that was going to be my next pick. Freeze is a great one where he's just kind of made by his circumstances. Scarecrow would be another one. There are plenty. The Joker needs to choose that. Mm-hmm. That is not what happened. Mm-hmm. And I get it. It's Elseworlds. I understand, but it makes me mad that that's probably the only standalone Joker movie we're ever going to get. And it's not really faithful.
You just don't feel like you can separate yourself from that? Like,
not really. I never want to watch it ever again.
I just don't, I hear a lot of people, and I feel like you kind of lean this way, and, it's fine if you don't if you can't kind of separate that this is kind of an Elseworlds story, because when I look at it as an Elseworlds story, I'm looking at it just like, oh, this is a good movie. I've never said it was like Batman's Joker. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, this isn't Batman's Joker. Yeah. That's fine. But it's still a really good, really well-made movie in itself. So I think when I separate that, it doesn't bother me because I know it's different and I know he was going for something very different. So it's fine. But you just don't feel like you can disconnect that.
Oh, I it's a fine movie. I just don't have to like it because the Joker's name's attached to it.
I don't think just because the Joker's name's attached to it, I don't think that goes hand in hand.
I think you
can like it on its own,
hate it,
and it has to.
I can absolutely loathe it and not want to watch it again.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm just asking you because you brought up the point of I get I don't like that it's the Joker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying I get that if you're looking at it from the perspective of it's not Batman's Joker, but if it's a different Joker and it's an Elseworlds, I feel like you could probably appreciate it more. I feel like you're having a hard time separating it.
Sure, I agree, and it can.
If you say I really just don't like that movie at all, I get it.
But I will tell you, there are great scenes when he's I'm not gonna say the dancing scene when he's in the music in the bathroom's not great, and I'm not gonna say the tension they build in this scenario is not great, and I'm not gonna say. I mean, there's aspects of it that they nail, but. What world are we living in when the Suicide Squad Joker's a better adaptation of Joker than the movie about Joker?
It feels wrong.
I know, but it's true.
It just doesn't. I feel slimy for thinking that.
But it's true.
I don't want to say.
How much does that suck?
I guess if you're looking at it that way, yes. I just don't look at it that way. I never looked at the Joker as oh, great, we're getting a true Batman adaptation. The trailers set your expectations of this, I think, very well. I immediately knew this felt like a DC Black Label comic or some kind of Elseworlds thing. So I never went in hoping this was going to be the Joker because Arthur Fleck never felt like that.
It's also basically Taxi Driver, but whatever.
That's fine. Why can't it have inspiration from Taxi Driver? You're right. There's a lot of Taxi Driver in this, but he also says too, it's very much inspired by that, and I'm fine with that. Taxi Driver's a good movie.
So it makes his movie good. Got it.
No.
I'm just kidding. being annoying.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah, you are being annoying.
I don't like it. I don't like the Joker.
That's fine. You can not like it.
Behind it,
I'm just trying to distinguish
I like it.
the like.
I like it. I dislike it more than Justice League, which is the next one, number 5.
Whoa. Justice League is number 5.
Because at least Justice League has scenes from the Snyder Cut.
That's. Oh man. Oof. That's probably fair.
Joker, the clown prince of crime, commits 2 crimes. I just hate
it's his origin, man. He's not the clown prince of crime yet.
It's so uninteresting, bro. It's so uninteresting, and it's not. It's interesting.
I think it's interesting.
It's literally half of the Gotham's villain origin stories. What are you talking about? From the show. I said it again, like the Gotham Joker origin's at least inventive. I don't know why you can't do something like that.
I'm trying to wrap my brain around this one because it's just like
It's like be different, but do the most stereotypical thing you could do with that idea. Oh yeah, we'll make him, mentally, disabled or whatever. I don't know his problem, but he has a bunch of mental health issues. Well, like clearly, dude. But the Joker has to choose
executed at 10, like. Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, the way it unfolds,
that's
the playing with your mind between what's real and what's not.
It's the same reason people don't like Man of Steel.
What do you mean? Like in the fact that it feels like not the character?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you feel that way. I don't feel that way as much about Man of Steel, and I probably wouldn't as Joker. So those things, it seems like for me, doesn't bother me as much as it does
we disagree on the ground floor.
Fine.
I think Man of Steel has like compositional movie problems. You kind of feel like it's a masterpiece. Correct?
Yes, and I've kind of given the point of I do understand people saying like this doesn't feel like Superman, and I agree, especially now that we have David Corn Sweat. And I agree, Arthur Fleck does not feel like the comic book Joker. I think Man of Steel, it's probably more of a mark against it because it's marketed as a Superman movie. So I think it would strike that one down more, whereas the Joker was not marketed as this is Batman's Joker. It was marketed as it is a Joker film, but Arthur Fleck, like our expectations from the trailers were, okay, this is very different. He's not the clown prince of crime here. This is meant to be a kind of
it wasn't obvious
different
this
origin.
Wasn't connected to anything.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. Because, dude, you don't remember all of the speculation, all of everyone talking about how it could tie in. I remember all of that because I remember being irate about it.
It came out before the Batman. Right?
I know, but how it could tie into this? Oh, he should be because they were rebooting Ben Affleck's Batman movie, and they're like, he needs to be the Joker in Ben Affleck's Batman movie. I mean, there was all these conversations about it.
That doesn't make sense though, because this is like a period piece.
I know, but I understand that, but no one that's what I just remember that being a conversation. I remember friends having that conversation. I remember watching people talk about it, and I remember people calling for it. And I'm telling you, that's playing into my hate for it. I cannot stand that someone says, "Oh, my favorite Joker is Joaquin Phoenix's Joker." Sounds just terrible.
I mean, it's a great performance. It's a great performance in itself. I feel like you have to give it that. He crushes it.
Yeah. He needs to be the Joker going forward from that performance?
No.
Okay. That's my point. That's how I feel about David Corn Sweat.
Well, yeah.
That's not.
But that's the iteration of Superman.
He would have done.
It's not an Elseworlds.
He would have done. Yeah, I'm just saying that it wasn't.
I don't think Todd was ever trying to make the Joker into the overall DC. I mean, he always said that he wanted to do something different in interviews and things like that. That's why he said it was inspired by Taxi Driver. Like, this is not...
Why do you not wish they had taken maybe a lesser known character and he'd done that film with that character?
It's hard. That would have been
a great movie for Scarecrow.
I mean, yes, I'm sure there's a world where that does work. it's hard for me to say that because we did get a really great performance around the Joker as a character. So while it may not be the Batman Joker or comic Joker, we did get a good performance out of it. So it's hard to say that because like, yeah, I'm sure we could have gotten another villain and another really great performance. So
I don't like this performance conversation because I think there's plenty of times where actors give good performances in roles they should never. I mean, look, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. You don't like those movies, even though the performance is out of its mind. Great,
like the first one.
It's the best performance in all of the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I mean, I've said that.
Okay, I didn't know if you agreed with that.
No, I mean, I think he embodies Spider-Man.
Okay.
I think he really is a good Spider-Man. I absolutely agree. And I really like him in the first one. I have issues with the second one, but Andrew Garfield has never been my issue with those movies, ever.
And I'm not saying Joaquin Phoenix is my issue. My issue is with the just writing the character of Joker like that. I don't think you would have to do that.
Yeah. I don't think you have to do that, but I think that they did, and I think it was so executed well. So I'm just cool with it, I guess. That's just me, I guess.
You're fine with eating slop. I'm just kidding.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
not fine.
Oh
I'm fine with eating slop, apparently. No, I mean, like, I can't stand the movie. I never want to watch it ever again.
Yeah, no, and I kind of get that point in a different, like, in some cases, I feel that way in a different way. Like, I thought it's a really great, well-made movie, but because the subject matter, I don't necessarily want to keep rewatching it. Does that make sense? So I kind of feel like it in the opposite way. You don't like the movie itself. You recognize some good points about it, but you don't like the movie itself. Well, I really like it. It's just very heavy, and I don't want to watch it.
But it just bums me out when a movie like that isn't successful because of its take on the Joker. Just because, like, oh, it's a really well-made movie, and a Joker's name's attached to it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, and I guess I just never. I've never felt like when we do these different iterations of these characters, if it's kind of like to be that way, it's fine.
It's kind of like what everyone's saying about the Dark Knight trilogy, and what you've come to think about the Dark Knight trilogy, where it's kind of, it is kind of like skinned Batman movies. Mm-hmm. This is skinned Joker movie where actually none of the characters are done correctly. Whereas, at least in the Batman movies, Bruce Wayne is still Bruce Wayne. The Joker is still the Joker. Bane is still Bane. They're just groundedly different, like fundamentally different takes, but they're still, like, I feel like the only thing that's like, oh, he laughs and he wears makeup. Mm-hmm. So he's the Joker. That is like, no. And I think you make that argument for Bane.
Yeah.
I would make that same argument for Bane, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your list of 5 movies you don't like, go.
All right. I've got 4 here. I'm trying to think of a 5th one that I just really, really despise.
Run through them real quick. We gotta go.
Let me, I'm trying to think of this 5th one here. I almost wish I had access to my letterbox. Can you pull it up on your?
Yeah.
All right, I'll run through these, and then let me look at my letterbox. Okay. So these are 5 of some of the worst movies I have ever seen. Number 1 is going to be Transformers: Age of Extinction. I think this movie is awful. I really don't like anything about it.
Wow.
I don't think the Transformer stuff is good enough to carry it. The humor does not work for me many times. Mark Wahlberg is really not a great addition to this movie. It falls apart. I remember watching this with my dad. My dad has good taste, but he can also kind of just like turn his brain off and enjoy these. I remember my dad was like, oof, that was a bad movie. That's a good sign that this is probably one of the worst movies we've seen. I really despise that movie. I've tried to watch it a second time, and I couldn't get through it. Next one's going to be Monster House. Have you ever seen Monster House? I don't like Monster House at all. I think in the same reason you don't like Coraline, I don't like Monster House. There's just something about it that's just like it just gives me like the ick, and I just don't like it. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't find it interesting. I don't ever really want to watch it again. It's also kind of just creepy and old animation, and I'm just like, I'm not here for it. Also, One off your list, I think we can agree. The Last Airbender is one of the worst movies ever made. Thank you, M. Night Shyamalan, for taking a doo-doo on a great franchise, a great piece of fiction. It's really bad. It's a terrible adaptation, and I wish we never got it, but we did, and here we are. But we can talk about it here and have fun. Another one is going to be a recent one. I just wanted to throw this one in here because I wanted to leave the theater. Venom Last Dance is really bad for me. It's really
Your
really
most
bad.
hated?
Dude, I can't stand it. The more and more I think about it, the worse and worse it gets. There's nothing interesting about it. I haven't really liked the Venom Brock dynamic since the beginning. I think it has some fun in the first one, and then they decide, you know what? Let's just dial it up to 10. And since the first one, it's just gotten worse. And the stuff with the horse and the creatures and there's not really anything interesting when it comes to villain, quote unquote. Like, there's just so much slop here. It feels like a CGI slop, and I genuinely despise it. I think it's really, really bad, and I despise it a lot too because I love the Venom character and I want to see it done right. There's like moments in the first one where I'm like, okay, I can see something here, and then they just chop it down in 2 and dial it up even more in 3. So I don't think it's very good. That's 4 of them. Let me take a look at my letterbox and see if I can
Have a guess.
Go for it.
Pixels.
Oh, Pixels sucks. I was thinking of an Adam Sandler movie, and I was like, there's got to be 1 or 2 that I've seen that I would probably put on here. Pixels is awful. They said, let's bring in some fun actors and some cool people from the Adam Sandler verse, and let's just create a awful movie around a terrible concept.
You just
That
hate
movie
Peter
is
Dinklage.
not fun. Oh, I love Peter Dinklage.
You're just mad that he got with Serena Williams in that movie.
You know what? That's a great point.
I know. That's what you're upset about. You should get over
You know
that.
what? It's not on my list anymore. It's one of the greatest films ever made. Oh, I love Peter Dinklage. Tyrion Lannister is one of my favorite characters of all time. But Peter Dinklage cannot save Pixels. I'm sorry. That movie is rough. It's just so much like nothingness and CGI, like, this is cool. Hey, remember these games you used to play? Like, isn't this fun? And it's like, no, it's not interesting, and it's kind of boring and not actually funny at all either. It's kind of like the bottom of the barrel.
Important.
It's the bottom of the barrel for Adam Sandler movies, I must say.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good pick.
We're ending there.
All right. Great. Let's do on some movies. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Alrighty. We are Instagram. We have Discord.
We have Discord, TikTok.
We're literally leaving this to join a watch party right now.
Well,
yeah, we're on Discord. You can just join the Discord. We've been doing watch parties. We're pretty active in there. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. DM us if you want to chat or have any questions or comments or anything like that.
Listen
we'll respond
on Spotify. A lot of
Spotify
people
and
we
on
have
YouTube,
found.
Apple Podcasts as
Yeah,
well.
they like the audio. They're listening like on the way to work, so we're there too.